So this is going to be a live pick a card reading, okay, for those of you that want to, if it's not asking about a specific person, then just how to discern between what's real love and maybe lust or limerence. So we're going to choose from three piles, okay? Three different decks here, different rider weight flavor type decks. And keep in mind, you guys, this is general. So, of course, not all the messages are meant to, resonate fully with each and every one of you, but at least something should resonate. But if not, then maybe choose another pile. And if that doesn't, can't find anything in another pile, then maybe this particular message is not for you, or maybe not this time. Okay. But this is a kind of a heavy topic. So I must be honest and realistic with you that there may be some triggers that come through this reading or this message. This is meant to assist and help you guys with a healthy approach when it comes to love, okay? Um, from a healthy standpoint, right? A healthy, grounded perspective when it comes to love. So, we're going to probably break some illusions, break some, inner deceptions, or just some outdated things here when it comes to love and relationships. But nonetheless, I hope that I'll be able to assist you as best as I can, given the circumstances and the type of reading that we're tapping into. So, yeah, this is going to be a live stream. Okay. So if you're watching this after the live, yeah, once it's over and done. So I have three piles for you guys to choose from. Our first pile is going to be the Radiant Rider Waite. So this is your choice. Pile two, yours is going to be the Tarot of Traditions deck. Pile three, yours is going to be the Golden Universal deck. And this deck, I've had this for many years, so the box is kind of banged up. It's a little ghetto, it's a little ashy. So I'll give you guys a moment to think and meditate on which deck will resonate with you. And then we'll go ahead and get started. Timestamps will be available after the live, okay? In case you missed it and you want to come back. Okay. Yes, the Ashy deck. The Ashy deck, Celestial. Okay, so again, excuse me, pile one, the Radiant Weight, Rider Waite Tarot. Pile two, Tarot of Traditions. And pile three, the Golden Universal Tarot. Yeah, what I mean by this deck is ashy and it's banged up. I mean, not the deck itself, but like the box, it ripped and I had to tape it back several times. That's what I mean. Okay. All right, so let's get started. Hopefully everybody had a chance and opportunity to choose a deck that stood out to them. Okay. So let's let's get it. Let's get started. All right. Okay. All right. So pile number one, this is your reading. So if you guys were drawn to the Radiant Rider Waite Tarot, this reading is for you. Um, just as a disclaimer, some of these messages, there may be some triggers in here. I mean, it is a message about, a heavy topic. It is meant to help you heal. It is meant to give you some food for thought. So we're just going to help distinguish the difference between a genuine love versus physical attraction and maybe an idealized infatuation. Other words, real love versus limerence, right? Um, which it just helps encourages our healing and self-awareness and clarity when it comes to approaching love with an open and grounded heart. Okay, so that's why I created this reading, and also this was a subscriber request. So teasing all of you with this, okay? Okay, so let's get it. All right, divine spirit, Holy Spirit, our angels, our ancestors, our guides, known and unknown, who lovingly guide us and assist us, who has our best will and intentions for us. For pile number one, no super chats, please. Let's. I'm not doing any personal reads, not at least not from this at this point. I don't believe so. So no super chats. Let's tap in divine source guide. I pray for divine wisdom and truth and clarity for pile number one when it comes to discerning the difference between true love and limerence, infatuation, lust. So you guys may have a particular person on your mind that is fine, but it can also just be for those of you that just, want some guidance in regards to discerning real love and infatuation, or maybe healing limerence. You know what I mean? Some of you guys are already aware or at least familiar with the topic of limerence and maybe on a healing journey when it comes to love. So, all right. What is it that you're really seeking in love? Let's tap in. Divine Source Guide, pile number one. Give me a picture, a vivid picture of what is it that pile one may be seeking truly in a relationship. Oh, okay. King of Swords. All right. What is your current relationship based on? Is it based on a genuine love or physical attraction? So if it's not a relationship, then it could be an interest or your typical interest. Is it based off of genuine love or is it just physical attraction? Let's tap in. Pile number two. Nine of Cups. Or pile number one, my bad. Pile number one. All right. What fantasies or idealizations maybe that pile number one may be projecting onto a particular person or just in love in general? What fantasies or idealizations might pile one be projecting onto a particular person or love in general? Your Swords. Okay. What are the genuine signs that true love is present in either your connection or future connections? What is a genuine sign, Divine Source God, that genuine love is present in their connections or future connection? Okay. What emotional or mental attachments do pile number one need to release for clarity? Hey, E. Hey, Lonnie. What emotional or mental attachments does pile one need to release for clarity, Divine Source God? The Three of Cups. What steps can pile number one take to heal from past patterns or wounds in love? What steps can pile number one take to heal from past patterns or wounds in love? What steps can they take? Queen of Wands. And how can they invite a clear and genuine love into their life? How can they invite a clear and genuine love into their life? Okay. All right, pile number one, let's get into your reading. So Seven of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. Top of the deck is the Six of Cups. All right. So you have a strong defense mechanism when it comes to love and relationships. You might be a bit more discerning when it comes to relationships, so you don't give into limerence very easily, or you're full aware of what limerence is and how it's affected your life and your love life thus far. So I feel like you're a little careful. So if you are recently connecting with someone or in a connection or relationship, or your path forward, whether you're single and you don't have anyone in mind, there's a clearer distinction between, like, for you, it's like you have a pretty good sense of what is healthy love and versus what isn't, or what's just like illusions and fantasies, or patterns or traits that you might give into with love. So I feel like this is more of a self-aware pile so far. This is only the first pile, the first group. Okay. So the question for you, the first question that we asked was, what is it that you are truly seeking in a relationship, or if you're in a particular situation right now, what is it that you seek within that? But overall, in general, you have the King of Swords. So above all else, you want somebody that is honest. You want honesty. That is what you're truly seeking in a relationship. Someone that is clear, someone that is reliable, someone that knows what they want, someone that will tell you, even if it hurts, they will tell you the truth. So you could have dealt with a lot of, people playing games with you, people maybe that were confused, didn't know what they wanted, strung you along. So you want a person that is very well aware of themselves, what they're looking for, what they want, or they're honest enough to tell you the truth about what they want, what they feel, what they don't want. If they want to continue a connection, are they looking for a serious relationship or not? You want honesty, point blank period. That is the type of connection you're seeking, one that is clear and transparent no matter what. um just complete trustworthiness and honesty in a person is I feel like the basis of what you're looking for, because that might be your security blanket. And there's nothing wrong, of course, we want honesty and transparency in our dynamics. So I feel like that is important for sure. um for some of you, it's a little deeper than that. You want someone that intellectually stimulates you, someone that you feel like you can talk to about anything. And even if you guys may disagree, or you may not be, you may not know some of the things that they know, and vice versa, that you guys are able to converse and exchange in an open way, an open hearted way, and not feel like you're competing, or feel like one person's tearing the other person down, or someone feels lesser than or intimidated by each other. So you might be someone that's like a, what they call a sapiosexual. Like you get stimulated, you're turned on by intellectual conversations, you're turned on by people that may even like provoke thought, like for you to think about things and want to research, and you can learn things from, and maybe even vice versa, teach. So I feel like that's what you seek in a relationship. You also seek a protector, someone that's going to protect and defend you. Um, in a healthy way, someone that you know that you can trust and rely on if things get tough, or someone that has your back. Like, this is somebody that you can trust with your social security number. Okay, this is somebody that you can trust with your bank accounts. Like, you know that you can, and even with your most intimate dark secrets, that this person will defend and protect you, that they're not your enemy. So that's what you're seeking. um and then vice versa, that someone that will trust you, someone that will allow you to protect and defend them when called to. Okay. So the next question is, what is your current relationship based on? Is it genuine love, or is it physical attraction? Now, for some of you, if you're not in a relationship, it could be a situation. It could be a love interest that you have right now. Nine of Cups is based off of, I feel like, a mixture of genuine affections, maybe even love, and also a little bit of fantasy. Reason being is, I feel like this connection makes you feel good in a genuine way. Um, but the Nine of Cups is that wish fulfillment card as well. So you may feel like this person fulfills you in some kind of way. I wouldn't say that it's really totally like um, just physical attraction. I don't feel that. This person might even be a little bit stocky, or a little like, thicker than what you're used to. Like, you might be, let's say you're into someone that's typically physically fit or smaller framed. This person could have a gut. This person could be not your usual type. So I don't feel like, for some of you, that this is based off of that. Or if there's no one in your sphere right now, no one that you're interested in, or dating, or in a relationship with, or dealing with, then it could be that you're not someone that's totally stuck on looks. Like, if you like a person, it doesn't matter. If this person, you feel good around this person, you enjoy their company, you get some sort of joy around being with the person, they light you up. you can laugh, you can hang out, you can feel comfortable, be yourself, you can let your gut hang out, then you know that that's a genuine connection. If it's just all about lust, then it's like you care too much about how a person looks, or your attraction is based on of how fine they are, how much of a baddie they are, or you find yourself worried all the time about how you're perceived around this person, how you look, and needing to fit into a certain type of look and style and body type. And if it's all based off of that, and if it's not just physical things, then it's also like, I can't present too much of my goofy side to this person. I can't be too quirky, too bubbly. I can't do this, do that, or let me hide this part of myself. I got to pretend like I'm a baddie all the time, or I got to pretend like I'm this tough dude and brag about how much money I got in the car that I just bought. Then that's a little bit based off of superficial things. So for majority of you, I feel like it's a more of a genuine connection here, or you lean more towards a genuine connections with people. So your current attraction, I feel like, is based off of a genuine interest in someone, if not love. So just use your discernment. We'll get further, to discern whether it's real love. But what fantasies or idealizations that you may be projecting onto this current person, or just in love? You have the Three of Swords. So you might not be projecting anything, fluffy, light and fluffy, and this fairy tale. You actually fear um, something negative happening in this situation. It could be, you might be projecting fear of being brokenhearted again, being let down, being deceived, being cheated on, or something like that. If that calls for that, there's some sort of projections of fear. So you might fantasize more so about this person letting you down, or looking stupid, looking embarrassed. If it's not a person that you're asking about, then it's like your projections and idealizations around love. Unfortunately, it feels like you're expecting heartache for some reason, if that makes sense. So it's like you might fantasize about scenarios of getting into a relationship with someone that, is interested in you, and the next minute they ghost you, or they cheat on you, or they choose someone else, or if it's someone you're currently connecting with, that somehow they're going to let you down. So that's what I was getting like in the beginning of the message, that I don't feel like you guys are really a person that falls for limerence, or anymore, at least you don't. You're a little bit more aware, or you catch yourself, you check yourself. Um, yeah, because I'm not getting that you're projecting anything like, oh my God, this is my husband, or this is my wife, this is the one, this is my twin flame. I don't get that from this pile. It's more so of a projection of like getting your heart broken, which is not, it's not good either way. So we'll address these things in a minute. We're gonna get to it. Okay. So what are the signs? Like, what are the genuine signs that love is present in the connection or current connection? So it seems like it will be a connection that not moves smoothly, in a sense that you guys won't have problems, or you guys won't have disagreements, but it feels like this person does not want to bring drama into your life. They want to, it's like this person wants to make sure that it's like a considerate person, someone that's very considerate of your feelings, of your needs. They check in with you. They want to make sure that it's almost like accommodating each other, like you care about each other's needs, you care about how the other person is feeling. If you feel like you offended the person, you want to make sure that you didn't offend them. um, you want to make sure that if this person has something they want to talk about or want to say, even if it's uncomfortable, that you guys make space and room for each other to do that. That will be a sign for you that either the connection you're currently in is a genuine connection, a genuine loving connection, or future tense connections, that when you engage with someone that has pure intentions for you, a genuine connection on your end and this person's end, that you both will be, want to make sure that you guys have a clear path where there's no drama in the way. And if it's like, if we got a problem, let's address it, let's deal with it, let's talk about it. I don't want to offend you, I don't want to trigger you. My intentions are not to hurt you. So if I said something that was offensive, or I'm sorry, they'll apologize to you, you'll apologize to them. That's the type of signs I feel like that you will encounter, like genuine signs that love is really present, okay, in your connection or future connection. So what emotional or mental attachments do you need to release? Strangely enough, you have the Three of Cups. So for some of you, it is around like cheating, like third parties, love triangle situations. So if you have any mental attachments or emotional attachments to someone that has hurt you in the past, that has cheated on you, could even be relationships as far as like friendships. You may have a hard time trusting people and like like having genuine safe connections with people in general, not just romantically. So if there are previously or emotional attachments connected to some sort of mistrust or betrayal of people that are supposed to be like um people that you can lean on and trust, that have your best interest at heart. But I do feel like for majority of you it's centered around like love triangles, like it's always another person involved, or there's like someone is like cheating all the time, or um too many people in the mix. If it's not like romantically, it could be like a person that has their family always in their business meddling, and you know what I mean? Like there's something around like this third energy. You're going to have to let that go, because that's going to block you from, if you want a genuine connection where there's trust, because that's what you want someone that's truthful and honest. If you have this attachment emotionally to what someone has done in the past, you're not going to be able to receive this type of connection. It's like the opposite. You're asking for the opposite. Like, I want a connection with someone that's truthful and honest, but in your mind you don't trust, in a to a certain degree, that a person is going to be faithful to you, show up for you, or that there's always going to be another woman or always going to be another man or somebody getting in between our love. So if that's the case, you're not going to fully be able to rest and feel secure in a connection, even if the person is being honest and truthful and is a reliable, loyal person, faithful person, right? So that's something that you definitely need to release and cut cords, set intentions around that, because it could cloud your judgment. This allows you a space to be honest with yourself. Okay. So, hey, sis. Hey, Tori. Okay. So, what are the steps that you can take to heal from the past patterns or wounds in love? And you have the Queen of Wands. So, the Queen of Wands, I feel like, is someone that believes in themselves, has a level of confidence in their abilities. For some of you, it could be like if you are a spiritual practitioner, like you're active in your spiritual healing works, like whatever that may be. Um, whether that's prayer, whether that's doing some sort of spiritual healing work and cleansing, or it could even be therapy. And it may not be that extensive, because this does feel light and like a lighthearted energy, but you will be guided in this. There's some sort of like, you take the lead, you take the initiative, but there is like a guidance tool or a guidance compass or system, or a guidance, I guess you could say like a spiritual guide, or like something to lead you. So you might be guided to do like a certain type of journaling, or um, say a specific prayer, or um, I don't know, take a spiritual bath, cleanse, do a cord cutting session, or visit someone that does that. Like, you're going to be guided and helped through this. But the biggest thing that I feel like the steps that you can take to heal from past patterns and wounds in love is really that faith and belief in yourself, that you are a dynamic enough, like you're dynamic so much in your energy that you will attract a beautiful connection. The Queen of Wands is a very attractive energy. She's both balancing her feminine and masculine principles. It's like she's not afraid to go out and get it. She's not afraid to assert herself, to create for herself. She's very independent. She believes in her power, but she has fun in her power and her magic, her energy. She's charismatic. She's funny. She's sweet. She's loving. She's sexy. She's all these balanced things. And she also allows things to come to her as well. She trusts that things work out for her. She trusts that she again, her energy is alluring and attractive and beautiful enough to attract good energies, good vibes. So that's also the steps that you can take. You got to embody that energy of the Queen of Wands. Even if you're a man, take that in a way that's balanced and resonates with your spirit, right? What resonates with you. And lastly, the Hangman. This represents what are the what can you do to invite a clear and genuine love into your life? What can you do? You're going to have to be completely open-minded and look at love from a perspective that may be uncomfortable, or like, when I say uncomfortable, can you believe in a love that is outside of these constructs and these restrictive things? Even if you believe, like, or you can see or you desire a love that is beautiful, something that you've never seen before in any relationship and that you've never experienced, can you believe in that love and shift your perspective of how it should go, and maybe why it's going to be so challenging and so difficult? Like, there's something that you're going to have to come out of your like a specific view and standpoint of this. You're going to have to sacrifice something. So let's, like, I'm going to pull some clarifiers. I'm going to pull some oracle. What I mean by sacrifice, it's not like a negative sacrifice, like things that don't even work for you anyway, or are not that healthy for you in the first place, if that makes sense. All right, so let's tap in and see. Divine Spirit, can you please give some more clarity to pile number one and their energy? Any other things maybe that I did not mention? Yeah, because I feel like the person for you, it's like they don't have to do too much. They don't have to say too much to convince you. Their energy speaks for itself. And that's one thing the spirit is wanting you to be present about. Because if you are looking for somebody to say all the right words, because that's where the limerence comes in. That's how we get caught up as people in love. We look for, like, the person to say certain things that, that we want to hear, to love bomb us, to like shower us with all this extra, instead of it being this organic exchange of a connection. I always tell people, when it comes to vetting a person out, do you even like this person? Like, if when it comes to, when you, let's say, like, when you're meeting people or you're getting to know people that on a platonic level, and it is no sexual attraction, no physical attraction, no romantic attraction, and these are people that you genuinely are just getting to know as friends, you know instantly whether y'all gonna vibe or not. You can sense, like, based off of that first initial meeting or the couple of times that you guys hang out, that this may be somebody that is not really someone you want to be friends with or one in your life, in your circle. Same thing with love and relationships. If you pay attention enough and you get out of that spirit of, is this going to be my person? Is this my soulmate? Is this my twin flame? Is this my future spouse? And all that stuff. Or, oh, they're so fine. Oh, they're so beautiful. Instead of that, you can really be present and see the character of a person, even if they're putting on for you, even if they're trying to put on their best face. You can discern all of that. You can tell. But when you're desperate, or when you're anxious and you want something and you just want to be with somebody, or you're infatuated, or you place an ideal onto a person, you're not gonna pay attention to the right things about a person. You'll overlook that. So the important thing here, with I feel like, is let a person show up in their authenticity with you. You can always tell the type of person by their character and how they not only treat you, but how they treat others. You can tell when someone is truthfully and honestly a kind person. You can tell. You can't fake that. Eventually, like, if you say or do something that this person does not like, if they're not a genuine person, they will flip on you. They will flip the script. You'll be like, who the hell is this person? They'll start acting really strange, or the dark side of them will come out. You'll know immediately, especially love bombers, especially narcissists, all of those little, psychological, little mental, whatever diagnosis of people. You'll be able to discern the type of person that you're dealing with. It doesn't take long. It don't take long. Okay, control issues. Let the universe take the wheel. Okay. Someone isn't telling the truth. Liar. This is you. You're going to have to work through that, baby. Okay. You're going to have to work through that trust issue thing, because if a person genuinely comes into your life that has pure intentions, because like I said, this person's not going to, they're not here to sell themselves to you. A genuine person, they're not here to tell you why they're a good man, why they're a good woman, or they're such a, if they're overperforming and proving all this to you, then there's something ain't right. Inspiration. You are a muse to someone. Yeah, see, your person, that's very key too, because I feel like when you're dealing with the genuine connection, you both celebrate each other. There's no ego. There's no trying to humble you, um getting jealous of your achievements and feeling beneath you. You want someone that is your equal, even when this person, um, even when this person is down in their, let's say this person just got laid off in their job. Okay. And you just got a promotion in yours. They'll be like, babe, like that's great. And it's like they'll celebrate you. They'll genuinely be happy because your win is their win and vice versa. And as a lover, if you know your person is down and out and you just got a promotion, you'll still speak life into them. You'll still encourage them and push them and tell them, you know what, something better is coming for you, blah, blah, blah. It's like this is a beautiful type of energy. It's not going to be one of those things where it's like, well, you need to hurry up and get you a job. But I don't want to use that as like an example completely, because sometimes some people do be like fucking around when it comes to getting their life together, thinking they could just lay up on somebody. But no, or just be jealous. Like get your shit up, get your life together. Like, be inspired. And I feel like that this is a beautiful message that you will be somebody's muse, inspiration to get themselves together, or maybe to initiate or start something new in their life, or vice versa with them. For you will be inspired by them. Miscommunication, not seeing eye to eye, misunderstanding, self-worth, someone's self-esteem is being affected. If some of you guys are having a hard time discerning, if you're asking about a particular person that you don't know where you stand with them, this person most likely is not the right person. So I feel like I'm explaining um for some of you what the type of connection is that you deserve, and kind of highlighting what the connection is that maybe you're in that it's not healthy. And for some of you, it is a confirmation that it is healthy. Okay. But for some of you, you got to ask the question, if someone is causing you to doubt yourself and ruining your self esteem by tearing you down and competing with you and lying to you and stringing you along, and you don't know where you stand and all of that, then this is obviously not a genuine connection. Obviously not. Obviously not. Hey, oh yeah. Hey, sis. All right, so let's get some more guidance for pile number one, and then we'll move on to pile number two. But I hope that this reading helps. And if you need something more personal, because obviously these are general readings, they're for the collective. They're not just tapping into one specific energy or person or situation. If you guys would, want me to do this reading for you, you guys can reach out to me to book a reading or book this particular reading with me, and I got you. I'll be glad to help you if you want to go there, that is. Or even if it's like a coaching session dealing with this type of topic, I got you. Just hit me up if you have any interest or questions around that. Yeah, do not get married to someone. Be careful of that. You got marriage contracts. Do not get married to someone that does not accept you for yourself. You feel like you have to change something about yourself. You have to compromise valuable parts of yourself. That is a clear telltale sign that that is not the person for you. And you can't make them change their mind about how they see you. If you guys don't fit and they want something else and you want something else, you can't force that and change that. You know. Thank you for your divine guidance. Okay, get off the roller coaster of emotions and take a breath. Twist, drama, and control. Yeah, some of you guys are on a roller coaster ride with somebody that you need to get off of. It's not healthy. And then for others of you, you have sunset sailing. Once you harness love's power, it's yours forever. Lasting care and progress. So you guys are on this journey. You might be on a single season journey, or maybe you've been single for quite some time, and this is spirit is actually moving you to, you're in a space, you're in a good space right now, because there's really nothing disrupting or interrupting that for you, or can. It's like you're in a safe haven in this ship, in this boat, as you're being taken to your destination. Okay, so that's a beautiful thing. I hope that this message was helpful, pile number one, or you got at least something out of it. If not the whole entire message, then at least something that you can agree was helpful for you, and that you took um you know took for a positive, helpful message. So as always, y'all, I appreciate you. Thank you guys for tuning in and stopping by. If it did genuinely resonate, like this video. If you feel like it's going to be helpful to someone, also one of your loved ones, don't be shy. Share it with them. They may need to hear it. Don't gatekeep. All right. I appreciate you guys. Check out my other pick a cards. I have a playlist for pick a cards and then love vibes. You guys can check out my love reading playlist as well. So I appreciate you. Thank you for stopping by. Let's go ahead and move on to pile number 2. I'm hearing I just listened to this song. We came on what's it called? LaToya Luckett Roller Coaster. Maybe that will be a message for somebody. All right. Yeah, Eartha Kitt's Compromise. When she was laughing outside, she was like, compromise. Not do that. But I get what she's saying. She's not saying like she, it's like I'm not giving up my core value self for just to have a man. Like she cackled. She was like, please. Shout out to Miss Eartha Kitt, to the ancestors. All right, tarot traditions. If you guys were drawn to these tarot traditions tarot deck, then this is your reading, most likely or possibly. If something sticks out and resonate with you, good. If nothing, then try another pile. And if no piles resonate, maybe this is not the message for you at this time. And that is okay. That's perfectly fine. Trigger warning, this topic is most likely going to, have some triggering messages because we are tackling and talking about healing. Okay. So I created this spread. Okay. It was a subscriber request. I believe Ilani asked me to do a reading around this topic. And this reading is really to help encourage healing and self-awareness and clarity when it comes to approaching love, healthy love with an open heart and a grounded heart. So yeah, we're going to tap into discern between genuine loving connections versus just physical attraction and infatuations or limerence or whatever you want to call it. Okay. Yes. Yes, Ilani did. So shout out to that because I feel like people need this message because love is such a beautiful thing and such a powerful energy, and it's a popular topic in tarot and readings and just life in general. So it's always good to discern and check in with our heart, see where we're at. So let's get started. Pile number 2, divine spirit. We clear our previous energies from pile number 1. We send love, light, and peace to them. Sometimes what happens is if you're guided to stick around and listen to the entire reading or at least more than one pile, you might find different messages. You might have a specific person in mind or another person in mind in the last pile. Or if you're here just to get guidance about future love, like how to move in a healthy way, what you need to heal, then yeah, take it as it resonates. Okay, so what are you truly seeking in a relationship? Pile number 2. What is it that you are truly seeking? Deep down, what are you truly seeking in love? Page of Swords. All right. Is your current relationship, love interests, or perceptions on love based on genuine love, or is it physical attraction? Dang, these cards, come on. Or is it physical attraction? Is genuine? Is it based on genuine love, or is it based off of physical attraction? You guys got a lot of cards. I'll put these in the place of pile 2 or card 2. My bad. What fantasies or idealizations may you be projecting onto a particular person or just in love? Let's see. King of Swords. What is a genuine sign or genuine signs that love is present in a current connection or in a future connection? What are the genuine signs that genuine love is present in a relationship or future relationship? Okay. 10 of Wands. Y'all might want to watch pile 1 if you haven't, because some of y'all was already here watching pile 1. All right. What emotional or mental attachments do you need to release for clarity? What emotional or mental attachments do you need to release for clarity? Pile 2. Pile 2. The Hierophant. What steps can you take to heal from past patterns or wounds in love? What steps can they take? What can collective pile number 2? What steps can they take to heal from past patterns or wounds in love. And a pentacles. And lastly, how can you invite a clear and genuine love into your life? What can they do to invite a clear and genuine love into their life? Ace of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Cups. Beautiful. Top of the deck, you have the Tower. Okay. Some of you guys have recently, like, had some things maybe removed out of your life, or it could be psychologically you've gone through a major shift, awakening, awareness. Like maybe it was like, oh my God, like, what have I been doing in life or in love? Like the type of partners or the type of person, like what am I doing? There's like a moment of complete, like almost like a shock to the spirit, or just like an epiphany. Maybe it doesn't have to be like a negative or heavy energy or sad energy. It could just be like a clear, like, oh my God, that's what I've been doing. That's a pattern. It's some sort of awareness around that. So what is it that you're truly seeking in a relationship? Pile two, the Four of Wands, or sorry, not the Four of Wands, the Page of Swords. I just completely just like overlooked him. Um, I feel like you truly seek someone that sees you. You might feel overlooked because I forgot about the Page of Swords, and it's not like, and I don't want you to take that as like a sign or as a confirmation that you're someone that people overlook or you're non-important or something like that. I don't want you to take it that way, but I feel like that's a clear message that sometimes maybe you feel um, just overlooked at times. You feel maybe you've always felt like a little bit of an outcast, or when it comes to love and relationships, you've always felt that you've had to protect yourself and guard yourself, maybe because you're different. You could be someone that feels like you're very smart and intelligent, and sometimes maybe that intimidates people, not just lovers or romantic partners, but or romantic interests or admirers, but sometimes maybe like family, friends, coworkers. Like you feel like sometimes they ostracize you, they underestimate you, and then when they see who you really are, it's like, oh, they think that they're this or they think that they're that. Or so you become very defensive. And I get, for some reason, like the Page of Swords, I get I always talk about this movie, but it's one of my favorite Disney movies, like old vintage Disney movie, The Sword and the Stone. Where it's like the story of Excalibur and how obviously no one was able to pull out that sword out of the stone, not even the most um strong of men, like strongest of men and adults. Only this small little scrawny little boy was able to pull that sword out of the stone because it was meant for him. And so I feel like it's going to take someone that's very special, someone that is like really really genuinely like for you, somebody that is unique and stands out for you, because you are a unique person. It's not to say that you don't have anybody like a tribe or people that see you or resonate with you, but it's like you're a rare person. So you can't just date anybody. And the person that's for you, I feel like is almost, if not the same as you. Like they might feel sometimes that they are a bit different and don't fit in sometimes, or they feel like people misjudge them or they count them out or they underestimate them. So what you're truly seeking in a relationship is someone that sees you for you, someone that doesn't feel intimidated or feels the need, like, because I feel like you have this unsuspecting energy. You're not someone that boasts or brags about yourself. You could be someone that has a silent confidence, and soon as people see that maybe you know a little bit more than what lets on, because you could be young and people might be like, oh, they don't know nothing, or they don't know as much, or they haven't seen or experienced, and you may know more than they do, and it intimidates people. It's kind of like something about you is underestimated by people usually or typically. um so you want somebody that is able to appreciate the person that you are, and that won't cast you out, treat you like you are too much or not enough, or um, switches up on you, if that makes any sense. So truly what you seek is like someone that can understand you, is open-minded. You like open-minded people, individuals that are willing to learn from each other, kind of similar to pile number one, but just kind of a little bit different. Um, because I do get defensiveness in this pile as well, kind of similar to pile number one. Not to give too much away about that pile if you haven't watched it, but yeah, there's a little bit of defensiveness in love and like kind of self-protecting due to some letdowns. And in this instance, it's kind of like a different way that it's manifesting or has manifested. Thank you for the likes, y'all. I appreciate it. Um, So let's look into if this current connection, relationship, love interest, or just your take on love, is it based on genuine love or is it based off of physical attraction? So we got a few cards that came out for this particular question. You got the Two of Swords, the Fool, and the Four of Wands. Okay, so mm, for some of you, I will say with the Two of Swords, it's kind of like some of you guys are confused, like whether you genuinely are interested or love a person, or if it's physical attraction, or if it's like your view and take on love. If there's no one in your, because some of you, there's no one in front of you, there's no interest, there's no one that you're dealing with right now. So your views on love, you may not know because some of you may not have ever been in a relationship. For some, maybe not everybody, but I feel like at least for some, a little percentage of you, you've never been in a relationship, let alone like a serious relationship. So you don't really know. Um, you might be a little scared when it comes to this. Like you might be quite young for some of you that are watching this. Like it might be a group of you that are young. And if that's not the case, there's like a 50-50 split maybe of people that with the Fool card, I feel like it's an energy of not really genuine love. It's based off of just kind of experimenting, being open, and I'm just open to see what this is. Like I feel so pulled, I feel so drawn. So some of this, for some of you, it is infatuation. If you're in this energy of I don't know what this is, but oh my God, like I just something I and you're some of y'all like, yeah, some of you do need to ground your energy because I do get a lot of like dream chasing for some of you. Like if you find yourself being caught up too much in signs and synchronicities and I feel like this is a sign, I feel like this means this, or I feel like doing this and X, Y, and Z, like it's not grounded, it's too in the sky, too much in the fantasy realm. So for some of you, yeah, this is based off of if not physical attraction, it is based off of a little bit of idealization rather than genuine connection and love. You may not know the person that you're thinking about on a level to even have a true genuine connection yet or genuine love yet. And for some of you, if you're completely single, there's no one that you're interested in, there's no one you're talking to, then you might be a little bit immature when it comes to love. Like you really don't know how to discern what true love is. And we're going to get into that if that's your situation. So this isn't to shame you. It's just, it is what it is, right? And then for the others of you with the Four of Wands, I do feel like there's a genuine relationship and connection that you both feel. And I feel like you'll be able to discern that this person and you have a genuine connection because it feels like two people that love to be around each other. They they make plans for each other. They make space for each other. So I feel like that may not be for all of you. So this could be a connection where you're just getting to know each other, you're dating, you're seeing each other a lot, or it could be like you already are settled in a relationship and there's this desire to continue to come together. And for others, like I said, like spending time with you, they make time, they make space for you and vice versa. It's a mutual thing. So me and Tori, we had this conversation where it's like the difference between a true connection is it's a mutual exchange. It's if it's not a mutual exchange, it's not a connection, it's more so of an attachment. And sometimes I feel like we get that those two energies misconstrued where we feel something towards a person, we feel a connection, but the other person is not engaging or they don't feel it or they're not aware of it or they're not aware of you or whatever. So oftentimes it's not a connection until both parties are engaging in it. If it's just one-sided, that's an attachment most likely. Okay. So moving on, okay. What fantasies or idealizations may you be projecting onto a particular person or just in love? You have the King of Swords. I'm gonna have to clarify this because again, I do get a little bit of okay, there's if it's not young people in here, what I mean by young, like probably like mid-20s and younger. I don't know who will be watching my channel that's younger than that. My cat scared the shit out of me. Oh my God, it scared me. But like if it's not age, it's definitely some inner child stuff going on here where the idolizations could be that um I don't know why I feel like for some you guys want someone that you feel like will validate you, kind of like a father figure or a mother figure, like someone that will validate who you are, that will be and it's not to say that it's not healthy. It depends on the circumstances. Like for a lover or a loved one to speak life into you and to remind you of who you are, but it's like looking for trying to find yourself in your mate or for them to validate a part of you in some way. It's like you look for partners that this group is a very complex group, colorful group, because it's either one or two things. Like a lot of different scenarios have fallen into this pile, like people watching, or it's like there's a lot of deep seated things that to like, uncover. And one of the things that I'm getting with this is you might fall into the trauma bonds with being someone that feels like an outcast sometimes or feel misunderstood. You'll seek external validation sometimes, like when you feel, because it's like it creates this chain reaction of I want to be a part of something, I want to be a part of a community, because that is a human natural human desire to be a part of a community and to have interaction and communication and community and identity. So, or to be seen and to be welcomed and to be loved. So, when it's not in a healthy way, it's like maybe the partners that you seek are people that you'll give too much power to. You notice? So, like the Page of Swords and the King of Swords. If you find yourself attracted to older partners, especially older men, that may not be like a daddy issue per se, but it's like more so of it could be a little bit of a daddy issue of wanting that same type of validation and reassurance from your father or from a parent through a partner. And you might attract older partners and or partners that you kind of place in this pedestal of being above you and being the ones to steward you and guide you and teach you. Same thing. I'm getting the sword and the stone again. How Excalibur came across Merlin, and Merlin was his teacher, his mentor, his trainee, his trainer. So it's kind of that type of dynamic where you look maybe for your partners to embody that. So the idealization, most definitely, of a partner that's kind of like up here. Um, Validate me, help me to understand myself, or you're better than me. Yeah, like, oh, it's like giving your power away. Like this person, I just automatically assume they know more than me because they're older than me, or because they've experienced more in loving me or sexually or whatever. So they're kind of giving you an identity in a certain extent, and that may not be for everyone, but I feel that strongly for some of you. I'm gonna clarify the King of Swords, and let me let my cat in because I don't know if he wants to come in or he's just talking. I don't know what he's doing. Loki. No, he's all right. He's a very vocal cat. I'm gonna clarify King of Swords real quick. What fantasies or idealizations? Thank you. Yeah, y'all know. Listen. The Emperor. Come on, that daddy stuff. I'm telling you, or just like I want someone to validate, to give me identity. And With the emperor is Aries, the zodiac sign of Aries. Aries is the first house in the zodiac of the houses, which talks about the self, the identity, the I am. So again, the idealizations and the fantasies that you might project onto your partners is that kind of like this daddy thing. And I don't know why I'm seeing Beyonce and Jay-Z, because she said something that kind of like I can't get with, I may be misunderstanding what she said, but I don't understand how a man can teach you how to be a woman. I don't feel like that's possible in my opinion. Um, to a certain extent, I don't believe that a man can show you how to be a woman. And because she was so young when she dated him, and he was much older than her, I feel like that dynamic kind of plays out a little bit. Not to diagnose, not to get too deep into their connection, but just like as a colorful illustration, she had, some daddy issues around the time, the infidelity with him and her mother. um I can only imagine kind of separated them, kind of, damn, put a little bit of a wound on her relationship with her father. And so I feel like around that she kind of gave into that daddy boyfriend husband thing with Jay-Z. And that's kind of the vibe I get from um this energy. The 3 of Cups being here too. So wanting to be a part of a community, wanting to be seen, wanting to be understood. So yeah, that's the fantasies and the idealizations that you may be projecting onto a particular person, or just lovers in general. Okay. So what are the genuine signs that love is present in your connection? Okay. Right. Sis says, especially when men be whining about we can't teach them to be a man. Yeah, and like, are you a woman can't raise a man and stuff like that. Yeah, so I don't, just as that, I feel like that is true. Like women, we can't really raise a man, not wholeheartedly. No, I don't think so. We could support a man, but to like teach them how to be men, no, I don't believe so. Not fully. And just like a man cannot really teach a woman how to be a woman. They can, like, with the assistance and help of that, but the 10 of Wands, kind of similar to pile number one, where it's like this accommodating, like a person that doesn't bring you stress and drama, like they'll take the load off for you. And in particular, that like this person, or I won't say this person, but like a person that's for you, the signs of a genuine love connection is that the person is going to take the load off for you, in a sense of like not taking responsibility for you, because that would feed into what you need to break. I feel it's more so of like, I'm not going to add any additional stress and drama and trauma into your life. I don't want to bring that to you. Oh my God, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I feel like this person, and this person may not want to disrupt your life. Because I get you are very independent when you're single, when you're on your own, but when you get into partnerships, you might feel a little bit awkward in the dynamic, like trying to find your place. Um, yeah. So the signs of a genuine connection or love connection, or at least I should say one of the signs. I don't want to say it's only going to be this, but a genuine sign where it's not like this woo woo. Oh, I saw 1111 or 222 on the clock, so that means that this might, like, more so of a grounded life circumstance where you can say this person is genuinely showing up for me. So this is a person that's not going to bring stress into your life. They're not going to add on, because they may be aware that they if this person or a person, I keep saying this person, but maybe you have a person in mind. Um And this person should already be showing you this, by the way. This isn't going to be no magical, oh, just because I watch this reading now, in the future, this person is going to do X, Y, Z. No. They should already have shown up in this way. You know, a person, when they first come into your life and they show you, but when they show you who they truly are, you have to, as they say, you got to believe that this person is not going to magically just change and be someone completely different or a different character. So if this person has not been considerate towards you, this person adds on to trauma and pain. And like I said, for some of you, you can fall into the trap sometimes of trauma bonding with people, where um, you validate each other's existence or validate each other's lack of feeling like you're noticed or you're seen. So if you're someone that feels um, misunderstood or overlooked, then finding a person that validates you in some way that they may feel, um most people don't understand them, and they don't feel powerful, they don't feel like anybody in the world, and one of you is more dominant in that. So it's like, okay, I found another person that needs validation, and it may be a subconscious thing, a trauma thing. um so I'm going to be the leader in this because it's going to feed my illusion or feed into that wound that I'm not enough. So I'm going to find somebody maybe, not as self-aware of themselves, or has a lower self-esteem than me, or feels the need to be, seen and noticed. And they'll look to me as like I'm somebody, or they'll look to me as a leader or as someone to direct and guide the relationship, and they'll follow my lead. It's some sort of dynamic like that. Um, so what emotional and mental attachments do you need to release for clarity? You have the Hierophant. There's like a strong, like dogmatic or patterns or upbringings that you're attached to. Could even be religious values, even like religion. Um, let's say if you are a woman, you may have been really, 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 really brainwashed into believing that women, like what a wife is. Like the Bible, for some people, like toxic, misogynistic men, they'll use the Bible as a means to say that the woman really doesn't have a place. Their place is beneath the man. Their place is to be a servant. Their place is to just be a wife and birth kids, not speak, not be heard, none of that. So there could be a little bit of like programming around feeling beneath your partner, or feeling like you need to be above your partner. Take it as it resonates. Or this is something that you have a hard time getting with naturally within your spirit, because a part of you is actually a free person. You don't believe in all of those strict traditional roles, and maybe you've tried to play into that, but it doesn't resonate with you. Okay, that doesn't speak to you. Whoever your partners are, I guarantee you, like I 9 times out of 10, almost always, this your dynamics with partners or people that you have an interest in or admiration for or crush or something, because I feel like you more so fall into the trap of love interest rather than actually a partner. So some of you, like I said in the beginning, I feel strongly that some of you have never been in a real relationship, or maybe not many, maybe one that you can remember or count. um, but most of maybe your love interactions are based off of crushes or interests in people that aren't really for you. And they're typically going to be teachers to you. They're here to teach you something. Until you get to that place within yourself. And that I'm gonna get to that in a second. So whatever this strict programming, or this strong, like moralistic, like um your partner, like you do this in a partnership, and this is your role and this is your place, like you're, because if you're trying to find comfortability in who you are authentically, and trying to find your true identity outside of what people think of you or what you feel like you need to live up to, especially if you're young, you're still developing in your identity. You're still finding yourself, and in a world that's telling you like this generation telling them what type of person they need to be, what success means, and how to date, and how to look, how to dress, and you got to find your own self. You have to find your unique self outside of the external. Like, who are you on the inside? The more authentic you are to yourself and living your truth authentically, the more you're going to attract people that are meant for you, whether because they themselves are like-minded and or they are there to they too are authentic and they're welcome and open to people in general. They're open to diversity. So there's something like very stiff and like um just true like traditional or just like monkey see monkey do, hive minded. There's something around this that needs to be broken in some kind of way, if that makes sense. So whatever those emotional mental attachments are that you need to release, like I feel like you'll know personally what that is for you. So what steps can you take? What steps can you take to heal from past patterns or wounds in love? And you have the Ten of Pentacles. This has something to do with your upbringing and your experiences in community. Again, maybe feeling like you were weird, feeling like you're misunderstood, you were something different about you, or people made fun of something about you. It's something with childhood. It's something with that. It starts in the home or the community, family, school, like places where you is a part of your everyday community, where you spend most of your time or your life in your upbringing. So the steps that you can take to heal these patterns of wounds, it starts with addressing whatever this is in like home or childhood in your community, most likely. Okay. Lastly, how can you invite a clear and genuine love into your life? With the Ace of Wands, I feel like spirit wants you to be receptive and in a optimistic sense that just because you can't see what has yet to be created, like you've never seen a person that may have a heart like yours. And I'm gonna be transparent with y'all. Y'all not alone in this because I say this sometimes. I tell my friends this all the time. I don't know what kind of man would be for me. I can't see it in my mind. I don't know what type of man would be for me. And it's not to say like, oh, I'm so perfect and nobody can fit me. It's just like I feel like I'm kind of a strange person, a little bit, a weird person, or just like not so, like someone that is like this average woman that's like, oh, okay, well, this is the woman I can bring home to my mama, and she's this, and she like some men might be scared to bring me home to their mama. They'd be like, this bitch reads tarot, and she got these spiritual gifts, and the mom might be like, oh, that's of the devil. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not. Um, I just try to like think in my mind like I can't see it, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't exist, right? Just because you can only see the idea or the concept, maybe feel it or sense it in a spiritual way, but you can't see it played out in the physical yet. It doesn't exist in your environment yet. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So everything starts out as a concept, as an idea, as a vision, as a desire. And some desires have yet to be created or manifested, but that doesn't mean that they're impossible or that they can't be, right? So let's get some oracle cards and then we'll close this reading out. Okay, if there's anything that I may have missed, pile number 2. Uh-oh, I dropped the card. You have pride, self-centeredness, ego-driven. You guys have to be careful of partners like this. I feel the self-centered, the ego, the prideful, anxious attachment, fear of being alone, clingy. Yeah, because this is what it's attracting and what it has attracted. Ignorance, someone is unaware. So it could be because you just weren't aware of these patterns, most likely, or these dynamics and how they could play out. So maybe your anxious attachment or your desire to not be alone or to feel alone in the world, you might cling on to the wrong people. It might, put a signal out to the wrong people. Like a tyrant energy, toxic, self-destructive behaviors, karmic partner. Yeah. Difficult soulmate, reactivity generates karma. So again, I feel like spirit's trying to break this pattern, like reveal what this pattern could, be, because if you are seeking that validation, and it's not just with love. I feel like this can go with certain people that you have in your life. If you tend to be attracted to or drawn to, or people drawn to you, like so-called friendships and stuff, or like coworkers, people that feel like you're beneath them, and you might trigger them at times, but it's kind of like because they already have it in your mind that you don't know who you are sometimes, or you don't know your power. When they're weak within themselves, they feed off of you not knowing that, so it feeds them for you to look at them as they're better than you, so they can exert some false sense of power, some sort of false sense of control over you, like I know more than you. And these are equally just as if not more broken, or confused about who they are, or have not yet accepted who they are, or feel accepted in society, but they found someone that they feel like is a weaker vessel to kind of play on that energy so they can feel good about themselves. That is the dynamic that I feel like not only manifest in your love relationships, but also in some of your dynamics with people. And you got to be mindful and careful of that, because I guarantee you that once you exert or show your true authentic self and what you're capable of, even when you don't see it as like a superpower or some sort of gift, or um they will like try to like, they'll either run, get intimidated, or they'll try to tear you down, make fun of you, or gaslight you. So let's see, what's your advice? Yeah, you don't need to be around this type of energy. And that's why it's important for you to identify with your true self and love yourself. If no one else celebrates you or cheers for you, um, you have to cheer yourself on until you align with people, or you start to see the people that are already present in your life that genuinely do support you and love you. Because sometimes what we'll do is we'll focus on microscope will just point it on to the people that don't appreciate us, or the person that doesn't, and we'll overlook the people or the person that does support and genuinely loves us. So you have seductive charm. It says avoid the attraction of passion that doesn't last, waiting, genuine, and test. So yeah, don't get caught up in this web or this cycle again of seductive energies. And what I mean by seductive, it doesn't have to be sexually or physical attraction, but seductive in energy, like people. I'll tell you this firsthand. This pile is kind of resonates with me in a sense, because I've attracted these type of energies before. Um, the seductive quality of love, the what people like this do is they love bomb you. First thing, the first hook is to get you by praising you. So if they know that you're insecure, or maybe they don't know this on a conscious level, but just through observation of gathering information in the subconscious mind about a person through interaction, people can tell when someone is not sure of themselves, or they're insecure, or they are an outcast, or they're a loner, they don't really have that many people. It's like easy, especially for like narcissist people, to like cling on to a person, and the first thing that they're going to do is love bomb you. They're going to condition you, they're going to groom you, and then once they got you, then it's like, now you're my little pet, and I can uplift you and I can tear you down whenever I want to. So that charm, they put on the charm, the love bombing. You got to avoid that. When you are solid within yourself, you're not, you can appreciate a compliment, but you're not going to be seduced by compliments, and seduced by love bombing, and seduced by praise, and too much attention, and oh, you're my everything, you're my world, and I can't stop thinking about you, and you're the most unique person I've ever met in my life, or oh my God, I can just tell we're going to be soulmates. Like that shit will feel good to you when there's no basis for that, when there's no genuine connection have been built, and it's just coming, it's like it's a hook, it has no base, there's no genuine um connection of coming together. It's like I have to hook you, I have to groom you, I have to charm you to get you sucked in. But if you are solidified with yourself, you're comfortable with yourself in a way, or more so, or the more you start to embrace yourself, the more it becomes, I feel like, or the easier it becomes for you to discern who's for you and who's not, who's a toxic energy, who's gaming you, who's charming you, who's grooming you, who's love bombing you, um, who's just playing a game, who's fake. Because you can tell genuine connection versus fake connection, or like people that are really vibing with you. It's like, like the mean girls, like women, like when you go to like the club and you go to the bathroom and some of the girls like, oh, you cute, oh, I like your dress, oh, you're so cute. It's like fake conversation versus some conversations where a girl, like, you can genuinely tell a compliment. She's like, I like your dress, you look really nice. You can tell it's genuine versus, oh, girl, you popping, look at you. Like, it's performative kind of. Like, you can tell the difference between like a genuine connection versus fake connection. A person gaming you up in your ear, oh, you so bad, I've been looking at you all night, you look better than all the women here. That's ego. That's gaming you. That's charming you. Versus a man that's like, how are you? I noticed you when you came in, I wanted to talk to you, but I was kind of like, I don't know, reluctant. How are you? And they spark up a conversation, but as soon as they come in and go, oh, you so bad, and oh, I've been looking at you, like, no. But if you have a low self-esteem, or you don't know your worth or your value, or you're still trying to figure it out, you question it at times, you'll fall for that first person because they're feeding something that you feel you don't have. Okay, let's get another message. Hopefully something lighter, something to look forward to, because you do have things to look forward to. We just got to break this. We got to get this energy out the way. You got to get this energy out the way and under control, child. Okay. So we have pure passion. Turn your intense feelings into a love that endures. Yes, there's nothing wrong with having passion and desire for love, to be a part of a connection, to be seen and be noticed. But you want to be from a healthy standpoint of, no, from versus coming from a place of, I just wish somebody would notice me. I just wish people would appreciate me for who I am. Flip it to, I'm going to start appreciating me and loving me for who I am, and finding the things about myself that I love, or to embrace the part of myself that has been shamed for so long and name called and gaslit and, made fun of, or whatever the case may be, beaten down, and uplift that part of myself, uplift that inner child, that little girl, that little boy that felt that pain, that felt ostracized, that felt bullied, to speak life into that part of myself so I can attract people that see that beautiful aspect of me, that see me completely, even the parts of myself that um, may be broken at times or feel scared, that someone that genuinely is safe and loving for me, they'll appreciate me, they'll see me just as I would appreciate and love and see them. That's when you attract the people that are for you in your life, when you come from that standpoint. But as long as you're coming from a place of, I need someone to see me, I need someone to validate me, I need someone or people to just accept me, to just like me, you're not going to get that. So your passion, it's okay to desire connection, but from a healthy place, a pure passion card. So turn your intense feelings into a love that endures, something that endures, not this. These are two opposite energies. Avoid the attraction of passion that doesn't last, is what this card says, versus this one that says turn those feelings into a love that endures, something that is going to sustain you, transform you, and be stable. That's the type of connection that you deserve. And at the bottom of the deck, I think pile one got this card too. It says sunset sailing. Once you harness love's power, it's yours forever. Lasting care and progress. Your love life doesn't have to be a hard task, but are you willing to be patient for the right energy that's for you? You don't want to rush love. You don't want to force something that's not meant for you, or force someone, or think that it's going to change if you just do something different. If you feel like you need to change something about yourself, like your core self of who you are, the beautiful parts of yourself, for someone to get you or to understand you, that's not your person. That's not your people. You know, speaking of spiritual communities, or those are not your people either, or just soul tribe, soul family. If you find yourself compromising the core parts of yourself, those are not your people. Not at all, because all they're gonna do is hold you back, keep you stagnant. Okay, so that's your reading pile too. I hope that that was helpful. If you guys want your own personal reading like this, I got you. Hit me up. You want to book this reading for yourself, because this is just based off of a general read. It's not a personal reading tapping into like a specific energy of one person. It's collective of whoever needs the messages, like, you know, what wants to come through. But for your own personalized reading, you know, I got you. And even a coaching session, if you want to address this topic in a coaching session, I got you. All right, so that was pile 2. Let's clear the energies. We send love, light, and peace to all the previous piles. Um, Give me 1 second, you guys. Unfortunately, I know this is live and this is kind of ghetto, but I do need to go to the restroom real quick. So I will be back. I'll be back. Star Wars. I'll be right back. Y'all coming in? Coming in, Noe? Watch out, Foxy. Okay. All right. Y'all are awesome. Thank you. I appreciate y'all being patient with me. You are so kind. Okay. So pile number one. Really, Chanoa? What are we at? I can't see. Is that an 83? Yeah, 8313. Okay. So pile number 2 or 3. My goodness. Come on now, Chanoa. Really? Okay. So greetings, pile number 3. This is your reading. So if you guys were drawn to the Universal Tarot deck, this is your read, okay? All right, y'all got the broken down deck. The broken down deck, but it's a goodie, okay? It's an oldie but a goodie. I've had this deck for probably like 9 years now. This deck is old, okay? It's been with me for a minute. So pile 3. So we're gonna tap into real love versus limerence. Okay, so this reading might be a little triggering. Some of the messages may resonate and some may not. At least one thing should resonate with you, but if nothing resonates with you at all, please seek out the other piles. And if none of the other piles resonate with you, maybe there's no message for you at this time. Okay, and that's fine. This topic can be quite triggering. So the intent of this is to encourage our healing, self-awareness, and clarity when it comes to approaching and discerning love with an open heart and a grounded heart. Okay. So some of these concepts might be a little triggering because the topic alone of like if something is real love or is it limerence is a triggering topic because it might uncover some truths and some things that we need to, heal. So you may have a particular person on your mind, or maybe more than one person on your mind, maybe more than one pile appeal to you because maybe more than one person was on your mind, or you may not have no persons in mind, and this is just simply to address your relationship with love and relationships. Okay. All right, so let's get started. Pile number 3. I thank y'all for your patience. Let's tap into the collective of pile number 3. Spirit, thank you for divine wisdom, divine guidance, and clarity. First thing we want to know is, what is it that pile number 3 is truly seeking in a relationship? Pile number 3, what are you really seeking in a relationship? Hey, everybody. If I didn't say hi to everybody on the chat, greetings. I'm glad you guys are here. Thank you, God, for your divine wisdom, truth, and clarity. What is it that pile number 3 is truly seeking in love? The 8 of Pentacles, okay? Pile 2. Is your current relationship based on a genuine love or physical attraction? If it's not a person, then just love in general. Is it currently based on genuine love or physical attraction? What's their take of you on love? Is it genuine love or is it off physical attraction? Relationship, a person. Six of Cups. Oh, shit. Okay. What fantasies or idealizations might be pile 3 projecting onto a particular person and or just in love? What fantasies or idealizations may they be projecting? Page of Cups. Okay. What are the genuine signs that love is present in a current situation, future situation? You got the 7 of Cups. Hold on, let's move these here. Okay. What emotional or mental attachments does pile number 3 need to release for clarity? What emotional or mental attachments does pile number 3 need to release for clarity? 9 of Cups. You got hella cups. What's going on? Are y'all a water sign and y'all just hella lovey, mushy, mushy? You're Sour Patch Kids. First you're sour, then you're sweet. No, just kidding. Let's see. What steps can you guys take? What steps can pile number 3 take to heal from past patterns or wounds in love? The Fool. Okay. Lastly, how can they invite a clear and genuine love into their life? How can they invite a clear and genuine love into their life? Thank you. Got 2 cards. Ace of Swords and the Tower. Interesting. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Pentacles. Top of the deck, 3 of Swords. All right. I feel like you guys are the optimistic pile. You guys are the I don't want to call it hopeless romantic, hopeful romantic. You guys are hopeful romantics when it comes to love. No matter how many times you've been hurt, you still believe in real love. Like that's beautiful. You believe in it. You do. You believe in that love, and you gonna hold on to that dream, that goal, or you're gonna pursue love till the day that you die, until you find it. You don't care if you're 60, you're 70, and if this is not how you feel, and this maybe not your pile, because I feel that you, no matter how many times you've been hurt, you still are open. You still are open to receive the gift of love, something that is enduring, something that's going to last a very long time, something that's going to be stable. You guys are not foolish though. Even though the Fool is here, you're not foolish. What I mean by that is like, yeah, I have a pure heart for love, but I want something that's healthy and sturdy. I want some of y'all be like maybe very focused on your stability as what, like materialistic wise. I don't feel like you're a gold digger or you're someone that is like just a just a workaholic that doesn't give to love and relationships. I feel like you're someone that you want a partnership that you guys can build a legacy together. So you might have that vision, but you don't know how it's going to come together in a way, or it's like, how is that possible? Because maybe you work a 9 to 5 or something, or you're trying to build a business and it's still growing, and so you don't know how this is going to work out. You don't want to settle for less. You want someone that's always improving and growing in some sort of way, because that's how you are. So I feel like that's the type of love that you're looking for with the Eight of Pentacles. You're looking for a relationship with someone that's going to continue to work through this connection. They're always going to have the passion to want to put forth the effort in your union. They're always going to want to work on the different aspects and qualities of your union, or that is the basis of just you guys together. Like you're always going to have that passion. They're always going to have that passion to put forth the best and highest effort. Like, we're going to work towards building together, towards growing. We're going to invest together. You want someone that is very devoted. Someone, the Eight of Pentacles is a Virgo card. As we all know, we call Virgos the what? The perfectionists of the zodiac. So someone that wants to constantly work on your relationship and perfect it. Like, we're happy, but I'm not going to get settled. Like, I'm not going to get settled and never take my wife out on a date, or I'm not going to stop looking cute and dressing up for my man or whatever, my partner. Like, it's still going to be some effort put into the connection to build it. We're going to, if we need to go see a therapist, every week or whatever, to check in with or we can just sit with each other at the end of the week, talk it out, see how we feel, where we're at throughout the week. We got any stress, anything we got on our mind that we want to talk about. Like, there's always going to be some effort and work. And I feel like that's what you truly desire in a relationship. You want someone that is constantly going to show up for you. It's not like I'm just going to put all the work on you and you got to prove to me that you're the man or the woman for me. No, it's going to be a mutual effort, a mutual desire and devotion and dedication to work on your connection, like, to keep it going. That's what you truly desire in love. This is a beautiful thing. That's what we need, right? We need that, the effort and the work. That's how relationships keep up, to show up for each other, the choice and the decision to show up. So based on your current connection, love interest, or if you don't have anyone in your mind, is this situation or your view on love, is it based on genuineness, genuine love, or just physical attraction? So with the Six of Cups, there's a sense of purity here with the Six of Cups. I feel like for the most part it is based off of genuineness, purity, childlike vision and view, in a way that can be a little bit dangerous when it comes to like maturity, when it comes to relating to love, because that rose colored glasses thing can come into play, like kind of being naive about situations. So I'm going to have to clarify the Six of Cups, clarify this card, Spirit. In this particular, Ace of Pentacles wanted to come out really bad. I felt it sticking to my hand. Yeah, I feel like this is based off of a goal, a pure desire, like something that will never leave you, something that you are very passionate about, very devoted in seeing coming to pass. Something that you ultimately want to see come to pass. Yeah. When it comes to love, like, I'm not settling until this comes. So genuine love, if you see something in a person, like, it could be sometimes you might tend to see the potential in people and things. Like, you might see qualities and traits of a person, and it may not be that they end up being your person, but I feel like your love is genuine for the most part, or your affection towards love, or your desire, or your pursuit. I don't feel like it's just based off of just fully physical attraction. That's not enough for a person like you. Too many cups here. You're too much of a person of depth, I feel like, to just be all about looks and attraction based off of superficial things. So there's other qualities that are needed to have a healthy, genuine connection, and one of them is true, genuine connection in a place that is not all physical based. Okay. So the Page of Cups is, this energy talks about what fantasies and idealizations that you may be projecting onto maybe a particular person or people, or just love in general. Um, mm, could be again the rose colored thing where you might see everybody as like loving and trustworthy and um I don't know, it's like kind of like assuming that people have the best intentions sometimes, maybe being a little too open. It's like a little too trusting sometimes. Um, you might assume that a person has a heart like yours or be able to um respect a heart like yours. It's kind of um that type of energy. Like, yeah, this person is going to get along, with me in this way, or this person is going to see love how I see it. And that's not always the case. I do feel like there's a little bit of projecting how you see love and how you love your heart, how pure your heart is, onto people that may not have that same type of energy. Yeah. So that's what I see from that. It's like a little bit of that. It's not a negative thing per se, but it just needs to be grounded with better discernment, if you will. Okay. Far as like what are the genuine signs that love is present in a particular connection or future connections, you have the 7 of Cups. Like the sign that a genuine love connection is present in your life is that the person that you are connecting with or interested in will be someone that I feel like is discerning of their emotions and discerning of like the choices and decisions that they make. They may be someone that's not, they're also very choosy and love from a place of connection, not based off of, oh, I only choose partners that look like this or have this type of bank account or lifestyle or are my type. And come on, baby, are my type, or it's like this person chooses things based off of their intuition of what they feel is healthiest, what's best. When it comes to choosing the right dating situations or relationships for them, they're choosing it based off of connection. They're choosing it again off of what is emotionally stable, what is healthy. Come on, baby. I had to let my kitty in. I had to let my little baby in. Um, Yeah, I feel like this is going to be your person discerning because it's easy, and this might send out to you because it's easy for people to choose things based off of superficial things. Like it's easy to choose people or things based off of temptation, based off of lust, based off of convenience. And I feel like your person is someone that's wise enough to discern. Like they're not just going to take every opportunity or every cup that comes their way, every person that comes their way, or not every beautiful person or beautiful man or woman is for me, or just because this person looks good doesn't mean that I should cheat on my wife or my husband or my partner. It's like that's going to be the clear signs that you're in a genuine connection for you, because I feel like that could be a given for someone in general, like okay, that's common sense, but maybe for you in particular, like um that means something more to you because you yourself, you choose based off of connection. You may not be the type of person that could just sleep with someone, or you don't find much pleasure in sleeping with just random people because you have to have a genuine connection. And even if you were to have a one night stand with someone, it most likely would be because you felt like you guys vibed in a way. You felt like you guys could understand each other in some way, like you share same values and morals, or there was some type of exchange that you felt comfortable and safe in that. It wasn't just based off of lust and just for the moment. It was something shared and exchanged. So I feel like that's how you move, is how you operate. Like I said, you have a lot of cup cards, a lot of cups. Um, so yeah. So as far as what emotional and mental attachments do you need to release, you have the 9 of Cups. So there is a little bit of fantasy, maybe like some things that need to be grounded a little bit. Maybe being a little bit open minded that it's okay to desire and dream what you want, but also be open minded that maybe a partner may want things as well, like their desires. Like, let's say, for instance, like planning your wedding. Like, let's say you're the person that already knows what you want your wedding to be like, how you want it to look, who's going to be there, what's the theme, where's the location before you even meet your person. It's not to say that the universe can't line you up with somebody that is also in agreement with that, but what's the possibility if your person says, well, I may not want a castle shaped wedding cake, right? And you might want that. Is that something that you truly want? Are you okay with compromising that if your partner says, or maybe the color of the castle, maybe like, oh, the castle idea is cute, but I don't know if I want that type of flavor, that type of cake color. Can we change it? Would you be open? It's like certain, and it might be things a little bit um, more deeper than that. That can you be open minded though? Not like your morals as far as like if you want kids and then you're somebody you come in contact with that you really like doesn't want kids and it's like, oh well, maybe I shouldn't want kids. No, that's not a situation where I feel like you should compromise in that sense. But like maybe some of your dreams, it could be like the way that you think it's supposed to happen, how you guys are going to meet, and how soon you're supposed to meet. You may have this fantasy in your head about what it's going to look like, what it's going to be like, how is it going to feel, and it could be something completely just modern and everyday, and you might not see it as magical because you had it in your mind that it needs to happen like this, and it could happen in a different way. It could happen far more better than what you can imagine. Are you open to that? Because there is some sort of like, because the Nine of Cups can tend to be a little selfish sometimes. Um, yeah, kind of centered around one's wants and needs and very full of its own energy and its own self. So not to say that you're full of yourself. It's more so just to say some of the things that you're fantasizing or desiring could be a little bit selfish. You have some sort of attachment to something that may not be healthy. And I feel like you'll know ultimately, like personally, what that looks like for you. It might vary, it might be different between all of you because this is not a personal reading, it's general. So you know, if you can't find resonance with it, then maybe it's not your reading. At least something has to resonate with you, but if it doesn't, then ultimately it's not for you. So you know better than anybody else what that could be. So what are the steps can you take to heal from these past patterns or wounds in love? You have the Fool. Be a little bit more open, be a little bit more carefree with this. Like there's a little bit, like I said, of this fixed kind of like it has to flow a certain way. Um, and it's interesting because you have two Scorpio cards, the Six of Cups and the Seven of Cups. Scorpio is a fixed zodiac sign. So like emotionally, like you could be kind of dead set in like what you want, how you perceive things, very passionate about these things, how you see them, how you want them to be. And Spirit is saying like to kind of be a little bit more carefree, more lighthearted in this approach, in this energy. So how to approach, what steps can you take to heal from past patterns or wounds is to come from this place of being more open, like not overtly passionate and stuck and fixed in what it has to be like and what it should like in a way that's almost unrealistic, or just like non-healthy, you know what I'm saying? And lastly, how can you invite a clear and genuine love into your life? How can you invite a clear and genuine love into your life? You have the Tower with the Ace of Swords. It is going to require some level of honesty and truth. Like you are going to have to break free of the sandcastle that you built. There's almost kind of like this fantasy of like it's just going to be given to me. It's just going to happen. Like all I got to do is just exists. And sometimes, yeah, in an instant, when it comes to manifestations, there's times where you're just called to relax. But there's something that you did to open the gateway to that, some sort of level of signal in the universe that you're open, that you're ready, that you're in the right place for it. And sometimes there'll be times where we're guided to do things, maybe even when we don't know why. We could just have an inkling one day to do something or go somewhere or say something, post something, reach out to someone, go to the grocery store. It could be something that prompts you. But I get very clearly, I'm not sure why, but I keep getting this. I'm going to clarify this spread with some oracle cards. But I keep getting this strong energy of someone that is very fixed in like how something has to go, how it needs to be. It's like it's going to have to be a shakedown. Um, some of you, I'm going to say this, because I didn't really get it too much throughout the reading, but I kind of feel like this might be a message for some, if not a majority of you, at least maybe a few of you, if not like 2 or 3 of you, but you know, I don't want to put a number on it. But there's some sort of like, um, it could be a person that someone is fixed on, or a type of person. Like you might feel like I've made a connection with a person, or I can only connect with a certain type of energy. It's like you understand the power of connection. But I feel like some of you might need to ground your energy a little bit. It might be too spiritual, too like, you have to make room for like reality and everyday things. Not to say like, don't expect the fairy tale, because you will have a fairy tale, because I feel like that's what you desire and that's what you deserve. There's some levels of it where it's like, um it's almost a not a healthy fairy tale. How do I explain it? It's almost like if you're not careful, because some of you are in limerence. You are. Yeah. If you're connecting with someone, or I would say if you're connecting with someone, most likely you guys are in limerence. And for some of you, if there's no one that you're connecting with, you have a tendency to fall into limerence, and you have a perception of love that is based off. I feel like you are drawn to spiritual connections. You are. You like um the idea of the one, and there's a soulmate, and that there's nothing wrong with that, because I believe in that as well. But I feel that the standpoint that it's coming from is a little too spiritual, and you have to be careful with this, because this is like, it could be like a path of kind of leading yourself into disappointment, with the tower next to the fool. And it's like, I'm reading this beyond like the placements of the questions I asked. I'm reading this as a spread, as a message, as a whole. The 6 of Cups is like, you might connect with people, or when you feel a particular connection to someone, it's genuine for you. It's coming from a pure place. A person could be kind to you, and you might take it, because if you're interested in them and you genuinely like them, you'll register that kindness as, oh, this person is doing this because he likes me too, or she likes me too. And it may be that they like you as a person, or they may even be attracted to you, but they may not share that same feeling of like, oh, this is something special happening. You might be taking it that way, which the Page of Cups, remember I was saying, like that idealization of everybody views love like me, or must view it or see it like I do. It's like, why wouldn't they? Or because of the pure energy that you feel when you exchange with people, it's like they must feel that too. Not always, not necessarily. 7 of Cups is here. Illusioner, like that energy of illusion and fantasy and the possibilities, and getting caught up in the fantasy of what it could be like. And sometimes when we get into that realm of fantasy, we start looking at only the spiritual aspect, or, oh, my dreams, I had dreams like this, and I saw this synchronicity, and I saw that. And we start getting like really carried away with that, so much so that we're full of dreams, we're full of desire, that we miss a step and we don't see where we're going, and it could lead to destruction. You have to be mindful of this, because I do feel like some of you guys are in a limerence situation. There's too many cups and in watery energy and emotional energy. There's a lack of grounding. And I feel like for some of you, there's someone that you work with, or that you worked around with, or you like their work, with the 8 of Pentacles. Um, there's something with that. And I feel like you could register the admiration that you have for a person, or the kindness, as like you're taking it a step further, too far. And it's not to say that there might not be a possibility for you to get to know the person or something to, come together, but you cannot come from this place alone, because it will lead you to a path of destruction of some sort, or disappointment, or this crash and burn and coming into realization of some sort of truth that might hurt, but you needed to see it. Um, you know, let's see. What are the energies here? Yeah. So for some of you, there's some limerence here. Yeah, someone is trying to appease the other. Complacency. Someone is becoming a little too comfortable. Insecurity. Someone is unsure of themselves. And avoidance, running away. Yeah, and I don't get into all that, the twin flame hoopla stuff, from that commercial perspective of, oh, the runners and the chasers, because some people don't know how to discern the difference between vibrations when a connection is genuine, but two people may not be ready for each other because they're aware of what they need to do. They're not ready to come together yet, versus a person that genuinely just does not want you, that is not interested in you, or may not notice you. Like, it's people's woundedness gives leeway to delusion and confusion. So I don't condone that. I don't think that that type of stuff is cute. There's no way to sugarcoat it and make it mystified and beautiful and to encourage you to keep going down that path. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that to you. It's not healthy. So if it's a connection where you find yourself trying to appease a person, for one, even if the person was for you and you're trying to attract this person by appeasing them and stepping out of bounds of who you are and, you know, who you're supposed to be just to appease another person, they're not going to be attracted to that. Vibrationally, they're going to be repelled by that energy, whether they're the person for you or not. That type of energy repels people. And if it's the wrong type of person, they will take advantage of that. Kind of like in pile number 2, that energy attracts um, people that are users, manipulators, right? Energy vampires. So you don't ever want to come from a place of trying to appease or appeal to a person. If you got to do all that, then most likely they're not for you if they're not attracted or interested in the person that you already are. Secondly, complacency. Someone has become a little too comfortable. So this energy is safe. I'm going to break down the energy of limerence, because what limerence is, it is like a so-called security blanket. It's not a healthy one, right? It's one of those things where it's like, if you yourself ultimately um have like a subconscious belief, or maybe a knowing belief about yourself, that you're not ready for the love that you say that you want, or you're afraid of it, or part of you feels like you're unworthy of the love that you want, or part of you feels like maybe it's a little unrealistic, and maybe I'm delusional about all this, so maybe I should just settle. You settle into a connection that could be real in your face, that you're actively dating a person, but there's no real commitment. This person is stringing you along because a part of your energy, the signal that you're putting out in love, is fickle. It's not sure of itself. So it's going to attract connections, or you're going to be attracted to connections that are fickle, that were people that are uncertain, or people that just are there to play the game, play the field, keep their options open, emotional unavailability. A situationship is just two people pretending to be in a relationship without the commitment. That's all that is. Two people that are not ready for commitment, they're emotionally unavailable, but they just want to have somebody. That's not healthy. And then the other case of it is this limerence can manifest itself in connections with people that you know that you can't have, or you believe that you can't have. You go after people that are seemingly unavailable, or you're interested in that. You play around with the fantasy of it, because it's the further the distance, the better, or the harder to obtain, or so you perceive, the harder to obtain, the better. um and subconsciously, like, I know that this is probably somebody that I shouldn't date, probably can't date, or it's going to be a challenge, or it's some sort of distance, or they don't know about me, or they barely know me, because it's comfortable, it's a safe space to just fantasize and daydream about it. It doesn't have to be fully up close and personal, because you don't have to be vulnerable. You don't have to really show up. It feels good to fantasize and to escape. But that person, you might just be putting a cloak of your fantasy onto them because it's just comfortable to daydream about it than actually experiencing something real. Um, and I feel like it's insecurities. For some of you, you have an insecurity around love, unsure of themselves. You may not be sure about yourself in love. You know what you want, you desire it. You A part of you believes, I feel like there's a part of you that believes and you're not going to give up on love, but are you really participating in love, or are you sitting on the sidelines fantasizing and daydreaming about, I wish I could be in the game, I wish I could, play ball, I wish I could get in, or if only this would happen, if this person would just notice me, just see me, just talk to me, instead of participating with it, you feel comfortable in the fantasy, and that's not healthy. Or just waiting for signs and synchronicities to line up and then I'll do it. Like, no. If a person is not choosing you, and I'm going to go back to this card, how, with the Seven of Cups, how do you know what are the genuine signs of a true connection for you, specifically for you in your instance, that will help you out? Seven of Cups being that a person is going to know, they're going to choose based off of if they feel a genuine connection with you, they're going to choose to connect with you and be with you. It's not going to be all this confusion and all this waiting, because people know what they want. Ultimately, they know what they want, whether they believe they can have it or show up for it or do what it takes to have it or have the confidence enough to be receptive. People know what they want and what they don't want immediately, usually, or by experiencing a situation. All they need is a little bit of time to experience it, like one instance of experience to say that I'm interested, I'm attracted, or I want, or I don't want. If someone is not actively making a decision or choice and it's taking long time, or this person's not pursuing you, they may not be that interested. And I would say, like, if you're a shy person and you don't want to confront or face something, or you don't want to say or put yourself out there, then this is your message. I feel like that you are going to have to take some sort of leaps of faith. You're going to have to put yourself out there. You're going to have to throw that caution to the wind, in a sense of like knowing when to express yourself, be assertive, and participate in life. Because your fantasies, your dreams, and all of that, they're not just going to fall into your lap. Even Cinderella had to make a dress even to even put herself in a position of go to the ball, even though, okay, that plan didn't work, but another plan happened. All she needed to do was show up. The fairy godmother didn't just show up. She was sitting there just daydreaming and fantasizing, cleaning up her house about this. She took some sort of action. She made a dress because she wanted to go. She planned to go to that ball. So even in fairy tales, you have to put some sort of action behind your desires. And not everything is going to manifest the way that you want, or the person that you want may not be the person for you. But the ultimate thing, this Ace of Pentacles, that pentacle, that desire that you want, that foundation, that strong desire that you have for love, that still stands. Who, the who may be a mystery for now. Just because it didn't work out with this person or that person doesn't mean that this does not exist. It just means that whoever the Prince Charming that comes in with it, it may be different than who you expected, but it's the right person though. In the end, it will be the right person. And they're going to stick around with the King of Pentacles. All right, so let's get some advice. Get some more guidance for you guys, and we'll close this out, because I didn't know this was going to be a long live. I think it's like 2 hours long, child. Divine timing and boundless spirit flip face upward. Interesting. So divine timing says, know that spirit is guiding you to the perfect match. Hold on, be ready, and explore. Okay. And lastly, you have boundless spirit. Your only limits are the ones you put on yourself. Free, breakthrough, and steps. So Spirit is going to guide you. Like I said, it's not just going to fall into your lap. There's going to be times where you might be guided to do some things, whether it's however, Spirit might say, hey, I need you to take some rest from work. You've been stressed out at work. You got some time off, some vacation time, paid time off. Take a week or two off. And you might be guided to take a trip somewhere, and that could be where you meet your person. Or by you resting, you might decide to go to the park one day and just take a walk and take a breather, and you run into your person. It's like, it may not be that in your mind, like what I'm doing is leading to that. But when you're open to spiritual guidance, or just the inner guidance within yourself, or just the promptings, or just things that you feel, or just taking care of yourself, living your life, it's going to lead you to the right things at the right time. It's all it's about. It has nothing to do with being perfect or waiting for the perfect time, where it's going to happen in October, or it's going to happen in 2025. And it's not about linear timing. It's about the vibration alignment. And my friend Kenya said something so interesting, and I never thought about this, but I remember giving her a reading, and I told her, when she was asking about a guy, I told her that this man is not for you. And then she asked about another person. I said, well, he's not for you either. Like, it was, different things that were coming up about them. I was like, but your person is coming soon. And I feel like you need to enjoy your single season while you can, because I feel like you're going to meet your person soon. And I didn't remember anything other than that. But she said, I told her July. And I don't give dates unless I'm guided to. And I don't even remember telling her that. But she was like, you told me exactly that it would happen in a year. You said that you felt something around July. And you told me that it would be in the form of something that I don't really necessarily want to do, or would be in favor of, which they met online, which is something that she wasn't into. She wasn't into the online dating stuff, but that's how she met. She was guided to start a dating profile. She met her husband online in July, a year, or within that year that I gave her that reading. I don't remember that. But she said she feels like the reason why Spirit allowed me to give her exact timing was only because she was in a vibrational alignment enough to know that, like, her energy was in alignment to receive that. That's the only way that she got it. So that's how I feel like Spirit speaks. Spirit is not as human and fixed and so fleshy that we need to know every fine detail of how something is going to happen. Spirit doesn't move like that. Um, so when it comes to divine timing, it's based off of vibration. That's all that is. That's all that is. So whatever limitations you're placing in the heart, like, it has to be this way and it has to be this person. Like, if you're coming from that place of it's so fixed, like, it has to happen at a certain time, and why isn't it happening right now? What's wrong with me? Or it's got to be this type of person, or it's got to be this man or this woman. When you're coming from that fixed place, you're not open. Because when it's the right person, it's a flow. And I go back to the Lovers card and the Devil card, where the Lovers card is two people that are free. They're not bound and chained like the couple in the Devil card. They're not chained to the devil either, or they're not chained to the angel either, as the couple is chained to the devil and each other. So it's like, true and pure love is free. It's a choice. So you know how, like, 101, tarot 101, the Lovers isn't just about love and soulmates, but it's also about choices of the heart. So love is a choice to show up, a choice to give, a choice to participate, to be there, to support, to move through the tough times, to show up in a way when it's tough and when it's hard sometimes, when it's not always, romantic and flirty and sexy and fun. And, you know, it's a choice to lay down your ego, your selfish desires sometimes, or just making it all about you. You show up for others um when they need you, and not just when they need you, but because you want to be there, because you want to show up and support them and love them. So love is a choice. It's not a fix of it has to be. You have to be that person, or you got to do this, or you got to show up, or I have to. No, it's a choice within yourself, within your heart and your soul, that you will participate with that. You're not a slave to love. Love is free. Love is an abundant energy. There's no limit. It's not conditional. There's no conditions that say you can only do this and you can only do that. It's I move freely with love, how I choose it. Or I'll be completely open to how love comes and to explore and to feel love from different depths. I'm not going to put a cap and limit on how I experience love and how I give love. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that resonates. If you guys would like this reading personally for yourself, because this is just general, but if you feel like you need some navigation in this particular topic, whether it be a coaching session or reading, and you want to book it with me, just email me, hit me up, and I'll be glad to help you. So yeah. If this reading blessed you, go ahead and give it a like. If you feel like it may bless someone else, don't gatekeep. Share this live or this message with someone. I would greatly appreciate that. And until the next live, y'all be blessed, be safe. And if you guys want to see any other topics, leave them in the comment section because this one was a suggestion. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Much love. Y'all have a great rest of your night, your day, your evening, wherever you guys are in the world. And for personal readings, make sure that y'all click the links in the description for more information or for coaching sessions. And I'll be lovely and gratefully happy to help you. It will be my pleasure. So much love as always. Y'all be blessed, be safe, take care. Peace.